remember, is the Shell National Folkloric Festival, an event full of music, song and dance from 43 countries celebrating their folkloric traditions. We looked at preparations for the festival with choreographer Ljubo Crvenkovic.
For the director of the Shell Folkloric Festival, it was to be a long Sunday. The full-day dress rehearsal meant that the performance of 43 different folkloric groups had to be watched, timed and assessed.
Normally the lights won't come
But
up.
Ljubo Crvenkovic and his colleagues weren't the only ones that were slaving to get this festival to the town hall on time.
When the festival opens on the 2nd of June, it will be the result of months of hard, unpaid labour on the part of thousands of people, many who won't even appear on the stage. One of those people is Ljubo Crvenkovic. His reason for doing it?
The most important thing is that we love it. That we love it, that part or that kind of culture. And it's something in the blood, you know, you can't just forget, you know.
But forgetting dancing was just what Ljubo had to do when he first arrived in Australia. After all, there wasn't a great call for Croatian dance and folkloric specialists. Instead, to earn a living, he advertised his wallpapering and painting skills in the local paper, asking prospective customers to call Ljubo Crvenkovic for a quote. No one called. With characteristic quickness, he placed a second ad, worded exactly the same as the first, except for the name. John Johns was his inspired choice for a more anglicised name, and it worked. He received 15 inquiries in the first morning. And with his business underway, he could then return to his first love, Croatian dancing. His years of unpaid choreography have produced Koleda, a group known for its traditional purity.
I'm traditional because I believe, and also my wife Vera believes, that people or a nation has tradition which is going from generation to generation, and if you like to preserve that tradition, then that means you are going to preserve also the nation. See, all depends how you lift the foot. If you lift the foot a little bit up or down, has a different meaning. For instance, in our country, Croatia, the dancers which are danced with the foot up, they are expressing the richness of the land. But if somebody is covering this foot up, you see, down, that means he's coming from the more suffering part of the land, because you see maybe the soles from the shoes as a hole or something like that. It's always something that you can read through the dances.
Do you think it means anything to the youngsters involved?
It means that they are giving something, you know, which their parents gave to those young people, and that's the tie with the old country. And they have an obligation to keep going on such a tradition.
Traditional obligations are a family affair for the Crvenkovics.
That's enough for you.
Daughters Teresa and Neves are leading lights of Koleda, and wife Vera fully shares the teaching.
Very good.
Even the sausages owe a lot to Croatia.
Ivan's butchery.
From
Ivan the Russian?
No,
Oh, making advertisements.
My heartfelt apologies to Ivan the Croatian butcher.
Nice.
But the dress rehearsal required more than a traditional approach. While director Crvenkovic was working into the night, making sure the show would run like clockwork, Ljubo Crvenkovic was facing an age-old problem. The embroidery for the troupe had been done in Croatia, and the full costumes were being put on for the first time. Brand new costumes meant that the group took a little longer to get ready. It was the one area that Ljubo had little chance of influencing, although he tried. While Ljubo cajoled, urged and threatened his troupe in the dressing room, the director, oblivious to the potential timetable hiccup, continued the dress rehearsal with his staff.
Practice, practice, practice. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Would you use these stairs? But make sure you get off Christian your little security passes for next time you come in. Otherwise you might have difficulties. Dutch, please. Could you come this way?
Back in the dressing room, the time allotted to the Croatians had come and gone, but there was still no end in sight.
Everybody out. Ko nije uključen u preslačenje, van.
The director, now aware of the problem, was maintaining a studied calm.
Time, can you please move downstairs?
Everyone got in on the act, but still to no avail. From the rehearsal floor, the edict was issued. Come now or be prepared to wait.
If we are going now, we have to wait till 10 o'clock.
But even the thought of being last was not enough. They came when they were ready. It was a practical example of the old adage, only seeing is believing. Once again, the hard work had paid off. The dancing was in step, the song was clear, and the costumes looked wonderful. The long-term plan was, once again, miraculously on schedule.
It's our obligation to give something to the young people, you know, because I think in the next 50 years or 100 years time, we are going to give something to Australian culture too, because this culture is going to be made from the all cultures of different nations which are living in Australia.
The festival begins on June the 2nd at 1:30 p.m.